Welcome to VW 1.4. Today we're going to review solving linear equations. So this should be pretty familiar to almost all of you. So I'm gonna go kind of fast, and in class we're going to do some more challenging questions. But these questions should just be a quick refresher on what you've done in Geom and Algebra 1. So first example right here, notice how we just have to simplify this first. So let's FOIL that. That would be 2y squared minus 2y plus y would be minus y minus 1. This is 2y squared minus 5y plus 10y would be plus 5y minus 25. We should immediately notice that the 2y squareds cancel out, which is really nice. Now we're just going to rebalance the equation. So we get 6y is equal to 24, and therefore y should equal 4. That's it. Let's go to one with fractions. So for a question like this, I'll put a star for you. What we typically want to do is clear the fractions by multiplying the LCD to the entire equation. So this is a trick we can do whenever we have equations. So here I can see I have 1/2 and 1/3, so the LCD would be 6. So what I'm going to do is multiply the entire thing by 6, and let's see what happens here. Half of 6 would be 3, and I'm going to leave the x plus 5 as a quantity. You could multiply it in if you're really comfortable. Then minus 4 times 6, that'd be 24. 1/3 of 6 is 2, and I'll leave the 2x minus 1 as a quantity. Now I multiply it. That's 3x plus 15 minus 24. That's 4x minus 2. Now we rebalance it. Subtract 3x, that's 1x. That's negative 9 plus 2, which is negative 7. And there we have it. X is equal to negative 7. So not too bad, right? Just solving with fractions, multiply by 6, and then regular linear equation. Now let's do a harder one. So now it says solve the equation, but notice how this is a rational expression. Rational meaning there are variables in your denominator. So the first thing you want to do is make a quick note. We're going to note x cannot be 2 or 1. And that's because if x were 2 or 1, look at what happens. If you plug in 2 here, you get 3 over 0, which is undefined. That'd break your equation. You get a 1 here, that'd be 1 over 0, which would again break the equation. So you always want to have this note here. Never forget to put that. Now from there, let's do what we just did. We're going to multiply by the LCD. In this case, it'd be x minus 2 and x minus 1. So on the left, we have 3 times x minus 1. That's going to equal 1 times x minus 2 plus 7. Now we work it out. 3x minus 3, that's x minus 2 plus 7. And now we simplify. That's going to be, or simplify and rebalance. That's going to be 2x, add the 3 over, it's going to be 8. So x must be 4. No problem. Now notice how we have 4. You just want to do a quick check, right? You have your 4, look over here. It's not 2 or 1, so we're good. 4 checks out. Now here's the last one. So this header kind of gives you a clue of what's going to happen. Let's write our note. X cannot be 1. Just like over here, wrote x can't be 2 or 1. For this one, we can see that x cannot be 1 because of these two expressions there. Let's multiply everything by x minus 1, and let's see what happens. We get 3x plus 2 times x minus 1. That equals 3. Let's work it out. 3x plus 2x minus 2 equals 3. 5x equals 5. And x is equal to 1. Now, a lot of people, especially in the SAT, they would circle this and say we're good. However, you have to remember to check with our restriction. X can't be 1. So this is saying x is 1, but we know x can't be 1. Therefore, we cross that out. There is no solution. And that is our final answer. Okay, so work on the rest of the problems and bring your questions to class.